We have the clutch center out. Now we have to deal with these 4 bolts. They're very shallow, and the size on those is 3/16 Whitworth and quarter BS. We're gonna get these out, and I believe there's a seal behind that, and I think that seal and this whole setup is quite available, and it was used all the way till all the India made seals, or the bullets use the same setup. Now I believe I can get this whole inner casing out without taking the seal out. I can just pull it off. To do that, I would have to take these 3 Allen keys out, and then I can just put the whole inner cover out. So behind this plate, what I find is, I say find because I'm working on this bike for the first time, this kind of bike for the first time. So what I find is, this is like a shim or like a backing plate, and this is a felt. So instead of a rubber seal, there's a felt that rides on the main shaft. So that's what keeps the oil in and not going on the other side. So maybe there might be a better option currently to seal this with a maybe oil seal, but I'll have to see. If not, I'm gonna just restore it just the way it is. I will clean this felt, or maybe put a new felt on there, and we'll see how that goes. This came out pretty good. To open these 3 nuts here, or Allen keys, the size is 3/16, and I'm gonna open these 3 and get the clutch cover out. Nice and thick bolts holding the inner cover. And that's the last one. One of the 3. So I banged on here, and it wasn't, I knew something was wrong. So before you wreck this thing, the chain tensioner nut has to come off. It has a standard screw on there, but it's basically a nut that goes right on there. And once this is loose, now we can pull the clutch holder or hub or whatever you want to call that. Now we got the engine here and transmission. So now next step will be to get the transmission separated since we have the clutch hub out. All that will be all cleaned up, vapor blasted, and we'll move on to the next step.
The timing cover is going to be taken to the polisher, and same over here, the outer cover.
So here goes 12 of them, starting right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I got them right here. There's basically 3 sets. The way they are, these are the small ones. Then these are the ones that go right there. And these 2 are the ones that go on the bottom, right there. And then this is the same size as that. So basically the ones that go over here are the smaller ones. Then the second size is right there, and then 2 big ones go right there. Looks pretty decent. That's where the water, oil pump is. I'm going to try to take the kick off here. Kickstarter. Oh, spin over there. There we go. Come right off now. Maybe I have to take the bolt all the way out. Sometimes they have a bit of groove in there, in the shaft there. Okay, I have to wedge this in there. Hopefully it comes out now. Or maybe not. Everything takes time. I'm gonna just fast forward too for you guys. You don't have to watch that. Next is the gear shifter lever. So I do have a towel underneath the engine because it's just bleeding all over. It helps. There it comes loose. That was easy. Alrighty. That sits on the bigger gear there. I'm gonna have to see what I'm gonna do with this one. Chroming is kind of expensive, so I'm gonna see if I can do something else than chrome, but we'll see what happens. And then this will come off. I'm trying to get all these off so I can send these for polishing, and then I can work on other stuff. I did get the front forks done already. They came out really nice. I'm gonna show you those. Actually, I'll show you those right away. So that's what they're looking like. Nice and shiny. They were fairly clean when I sent them in, so didn't have to take much off, and that's what I wanted. And this side is going to be the inside, so it's not as crucial, but even the bottom's not so. But this part right here, that's the shiny part. You know, the brackets are gonna go right there, so that wasn't also any big deal. But they look pretty decent. Back to the gearbox. This part comes out separate. Alrighty, we just gotta take off this and then open up these screws right here and we'll get the cover out. Okay, I loosened these 4 screws here. Loosened this. I don't know if that just holds the cover or not. And I am going to loosen this too. Maybe that thing holds the shaft there. It's not coming off. There's water coming out on the bottom. That might have been me. I washed the bike some time ago. And here comes the... So I guess one of these screws goes all the way through. Seems like it's holding up the case. Yes. What else is holding it? Okay, it's coming on pretty good. There we go. So we have to detach the clutch wire, and that should have a slot somewhere. The slot's on the bottom. I see it, but there we go. So the slot's on the bottom, not on the side. And this is what it looks like inside. So this, I guess we didn't have to open. We can leave that. We will take it out, but we didn't have to touch this to get the cover out. So there's the cover. I'm gonna send this for polishing. And it should come nice. This I'm gonna blast, and the back I'm gonna blast too. All this will get cleaned up. Check all the bushings and the bearings in there. We'll go forward. Just so you know, these long screws go right there and right there. On the right hand side, the short ones go right there, left middle, and one on the bottom. And then there's the skinny one that goes on the cover. That's over here on the left top. One thing I should mention, there was no gasket in between the cover, outer cover, and the inner. And I believe that's how it is. If anybody knows better, let me know. Inside front cover. And that gets lubricated from the top nipple there. And I think somebody put a wrong nipple there. It doesn't seem the right thread there, so I'm gonna have to look for a British thread here. They had it in there halfway, but I don't believe it's the right kind. Okay. That comes apart like that. Looks pretty decent. And sometimes there's a lot of like play in there, even from the top, but this seems okay. Next will be the magneto. I'm gonna take it out, and that'll be a different day for me. And then what else? I think I will take the gearbox apart right after the magneto, and then we'll just deal with the casing, the barrels and all. We'll take all of that off.
As we continue dismantling the engine here, I did take off the pistons right here with the pins and all. So if you look inside in here, there's a groove there for the connecting rod for the cases to split. Without taking out the pistons, I don't believe these cases can be split. So the pistons are off, connecting rods is there, and then these will go all the way down. And once I get this freed up, I have it a little bit apart there. So I'm trying to take it easy, trying to split these out, and these things will shift through that little gateway there, right there, and we're gonna split the cases.